Good morning, everyone. So today is going to be focused on doing some full body joint mobility specific to my basketball players. So now we're going to go through our series for strengthening the ankles so that we can reduce risks for ankle sprains, or if you've had ankle sprains, in order to strengthen your ankles so that you can prevent further injury to the ankles. This is a series I call the 6 walks. We're going to start with, all I'm doing is placing the ball of the big toe. Notice how I'm stepping out to the side, placing the ball of the big toe on the floor. The outside part of the foot, other toes, ball of that foot are off the floor, and the heel is off the floor. The only thing touching is the ball of the foot. I'm going to step onto that foot, allowing the knee to move internal towards the middle, and then pressing off, coming off that foot. We're going to load it and unload it. As I'm loading into the big toe, my heel does not touch the floor, neither do the rest of the toes. I want to think of that big toe like a spring. I'm loading the spring and then releasing the spring. We're loading it and releasing. Inhale as you load, exhale as you release. After 5 to 10 reps, we'll switch and do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to come back to the other side, and I'm bringing the foot more midline, in line with the body. I'm stepping out in front, and I'm turning to the outside ball of the foot. So now the big toe is off the floor, the heel is still off the floor. My knee is now going to track outward away from the body. So as I'm stepping, I'm doing the same loading of the spring and unloading. Load and unload. And then switching and doing the same thing on the other side. Again, notice the knee tracking outward, staying just on that ball of the foot. Heel is not touching. Now we're moving back to the other foot. We're going to now turn the foot internally. Again, the knee is going to go inward, but now I've got the ball of the big toe and the heel in contact with the floor. We're going to step more to the side. The knee is going to go in, and then we're going to release. The ball of the foot will land first and then the heel, and to load it, and as we unload, we're pressing off through the ball of the foot. Outside part of the foot does not touch the floor at all. Inhale as you load, exhale as you release. And then same thing on the other side. The next one, we're going to work all the way to the outside blade or edge of the foot. So this is not just the ball of the foot, it's the whole outside edge of the foot. Now, if you've had ankle sprains, this may feel really weak and sensitive, so I want to be light with how much weight or load we place into it. My knee is tracking outward. I'm bringing my foot a little bit more straight in front of me. I'm loading that edge of the foot and then releasing. Soft load, soft release. If this feels unstable or painful because you had an ankle sprain, then just lightly keep that foot on the floor. Barely load it, rock off of it, but keep the foot in contact with the floor. If your ankles are pretty strong and resilient, then we can load and unload. And again, same thing on the other side. Now we're going to work loading into the heels. I want to bring the foot out again and turn the foot, rotate the foot out and away so that we're loading onto the inside heel of the foot. Knee is going to track in, and then we're pressing out. The same load and unload. The heel doesn't feel very springy, so it's going to be a little bit more clunk than spring. But I want to be as springy with it as possible. Inhale as you load, exhale as you unload. And same thing on the other side. And then the last for the 6 walks, we're going to turn the foot so that bottom of the foot is facing inward, knee is going to track out, and we're loading on the outside edge of the heel. Foot's going to come more straight in front, like we're walking, like this is a stride. And then same thing on the other side. So for our last movement, we're going to get into a nice wide stance. Feet are facing forward. I want to keep the knee straight that we're moving away from. We're going to sit our hips into the heel, keeping this knee actively straight. And I want to keep the foot, the opposite foot flat with the floor. So as I sit, I don't want my pinky to roll up off the floor. I want to stay loaded all the way to the outside of the foot. So as I'm leaning to one side, I'm intentionally pushing down through the ball of the pinky toe. We're going to come all the way up, and then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're trying to see how much can you feel your hips in your loading into your heel of this leg as you're keeping this knee straight and that foot flat. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you sit. Feel that nice stretch through the inner thigh into the groin area. With each one, see if you can go a little deeper without losing your balance or without going into pain. After 5 to 10 of these, now we're going to get low and we're going to stay low and we're going to glide across. Going from 1, I want to get full into that leg extended, active foot, and then glide back, knee straight, active foot. Try to keep the hips as low as you can throughout. This will improve your defense. Your defensive positioning.